What's up guys, this is LateCom here and we're back with yet another Trove video on the channel, and today we're going to be talking about the top 5 best places for you guys to obtain mastery in Trove. I guess if you're watching this, you would probably be looking for ways to work your mastery up from the early game stage, so I guess we'll be starting from there. Since Flux will play a very vital role when it comes to obtaining mastery, feel free to check out the Flux farming playlist in the links in the descriptions below for more tips on Flux farming. So without further ado, let's begin with the video. Coming in at number 5, we're going to have none other than the recipes section. Now, what do I classify as recipes? Stuff such as biome recipes, the ones that you obtain from recipe dungeons that is, and stuff like block recipes and so on. After calculating how much mastery you would actually be able to obtain from this section, I have deduced that you will be able to obtain a total of 2,132 mastery points, 442 of them coming from the block recipes that you can obtain from mining occasionally in adventure worlds, and a whopping 1,690 points coming from recipes from all biomes possible, excluding geode ones, that is. You could easily get your hands on recipes inside the marketplace, as they will be rather cheap, which is probably going to be around 500 to 600 flux a piece. Several types may be more expensive, some are going to be cheaper. It's going to vary basically. It's going to be one of the easiest ways to obtain quick mastery in the beginning of your grind, and you will definitely need to get this at the end of the day either way. In 4th place, we're going to have none other than the Shadowy Market, located in the Shadow Tower entrance portal. The Shadow Tower Market is going to be a very new player-friendly way for you to obtain mastery, mainly by consuming Hearts of Darknesses, Titan, and Lunar Souls, and this bench will heavily rely on weekly rewards, and one of the main mastery sources from this bench comes from the Despoiled Divinity costumes. Not only do each costume grant you 175 mastery points, you will also be getting additional points from hats and weapons as well. Sadly, you will only be able to obtain a maximum of 5 Despoiled Divinities, 18 Lunar Souls, and 119 Titan Souls per week, which would mean it will take a total of 13 weeks to complete your weekly delves in order to collect each and every costume from the Despoiled Divinity section. For the Lunar Soul section, you will require a total of 72 Lunar Souls to collect, which would take a total of 4 weeks to complete, provided if you spend your Lunar Souls solely on these mastery items, that is. For the Titan Soul section, you will require a total of 261 Titan Souls to obtain each and every item from the bench, and that would take approximately 3 weeks with some spare amounts left over. You will be able to receive a total amount of 2,976 mastery points from the Despoiled Divinity items, 796 mastery points from the Lunar Soul section, and 448 from the Titan Soul section. From the Hearts of Darknesses area, you will require a total of 535 Hearts of Darknesses, and this section will grant you a total of 1,552 points. So in total, you will be able to obtain a whopping 5,772 mastery points from this bench alone. I put this in the 4th spot due to how easily obtainable the mastery will be from this very bench. Coming in, the 3rd spot will be none other than the Mount Taming bench. The Mount Taming bench is going to be rather simple. You either farm for your own talisman to craft the mounts, or you can probably buy the talisman for a rather cheap price in the marketplace. I suggest the latter, as, farming for these talisman will be no easy feat. But we're not going to go too in-depth about this at this point. Let's now check how much mastery this bench will have to offer for us, and how much of each types of talismans we will require. After a series of Einstein level calculations, the total amount of mastery that you will be able to obtain from this bench is at a whopping 4,150 Trove mastery points, with everything granting you 50 points, and the Griffin mounts are going to be granting you 100 mastery points each. Each animal section will require 1 talisman of its kind per mount, with an exception for the so-called basic section, where no talisman will be needed. And I'd say this bench is going to be a decently easy bench to complete. There will be no time-gated items in there, and it will solely rely on the amounts of flux that you have. So yeah, links down in the description below, as I said earlier, if you're interested in learning how you could be farming flux. So yep, down there guys, go right now. Moving on to the second place, we will have none other than dragons. Dragons are going to be a very vital part when it comes to Trove, as these dragons will grant you stats and mastery as you progress by obtaining them. Let's now take a look at the amounts of mastery we will be able to obtain from dragons. From the Dragon Soul area, you will be able to obtain a total of 4,755 mastery points. Well, the Dragon Souls will be including even the Luxin Dragon Souls, and you can probably check out your progression inside the Badges tab as you complete more and more Dragon Souls. Let's now talk about the obtainable dragons. Hatched, Fragments, and Primordial Dragons. For Hatched Dragons, you will be obtaining a total of 3,750 total mastery points and 5,750 points for the Fragment Dragons, and a total of 750 points for Primordial ones, which will bring the total amount of mastery that you will be able to obtain to a crazy amount of 15,005 mastery points. Now, that's at least 75 mastery levels at the mid-game stage, and if you're wondering how you can actually farm dragons and your fragments, I will link several dragon farming guides down in the description below. I believe I've made a video talking about where you could actually obtain each and every dragon in the game, and if you probably didn't already know, each dragon actually grants you a total of 250 mastery points, which is definitely really beneficial to your mastery, and you should definitely be working on your dragons as much as possible. Other than this though, the other noteworthy thing when it comes to obtaining dragons would be stuff like dragon coins. I would suggest you to complete each and every hourly challenge when you're online, and don't actually miss a single rampage event before you obtain both rampage dragons. Make sure that you actually spend as many hours online as possible during Dragon Day, as you will be able to obtain double or even triple based on whether you have Patron active or not. Now, let's talk about the best place to earn mastery. Coming in at the first place, if you haven't already guessed, it is going to be none other than Geode. Yep, it's going to be that dreaded mode that most newer players hate. But let me just tell you one thing. Geode actually gets way better in the later stages, and it will even feel enjoyable during the late game. You will be able to obtain a total of 100 Geode mastery levels by completing Geode, accompanied by about 30 to 40 Trove masteries with the completion of Geode. Yes, we are starting to calculate mastery by the levels now, because the amounts of mastery that you will be able to obtain through Geode will be insane. Now, you may be asking, where is the best place to increase Geode mastery? Well, how do you do it? Well, you're in luck. Down in the description, we've got a playlist designated specifically for Geode, and you should check out that playlist to learn more about Geode in its entirety. I just want to outline the fact that Geode is going to be the main point of transition from early game to late mid game, and Geode is going to be one of the most prevalent parts of mid-game progression. If you're trying to reach endgame mastery in Trove, you will definitely need to finish up Geode in order to do so. Not to mention the epic 1000 light that you will be able to obtain alongside that juicy 500 power rank as well. It is definitely going to be something that you will want to get done as quick as possible, or as much as possible, because it is going to be one of the deciding factors that will push your progression further into the middle game area in preparations for endgame. Flux farming with Geode caves on Tuesdays are definitely profitable, though not as much as it used to be. Still remains one of the best farming methods for Flux till this date, and it will be until somehow the market trend will be switching. Now, you may be wondering, what about the Chaos Core bench? Well, I will leave the Chaos Core bench for another video, and best believe that that video will be even more interesting than what I had in store for you guys today. Hope you guys enjoyed and learned a thing or two from this video, and comment down below your current progression on mastery and how you're finding the grind. Is it too tedious or enjoyable? I guess that's gonna be all for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next couple of videos, and as usual, peace out.